Hello, people. Welcome back to the Kuon playthrough. I am your host, Chad Marco. So it's been a little bit since I played this. So I got a little distracted by some other games, unfortunately. It happens, but I'm not gonna let this rot in the backlog. We're gonna get this completed. Unfortunately, I don't really remember what the hell I was doing, so but I'll figure it out as I go along. I'm sure. What do we have? Whenever you take a break from a game, first thing you need to do is remember the controls. One, look at your items and see what you got available to you. So we got some disc, we got some cloth. All right. I think for now we'll just explore the premises. I think it's the best thing to do. Just take our time, explore a bit. I was about to stream Metal Gear Solid actually, but I don't know. The stream was a little unstable. There's a hole in the floor. It appears to be what? Cavernous. Okay. I was about to say carnivorous. That's a word, right? Whew. Oh man. So it's Labor Day today. I might still try to stream on YouTube later, but I ain't feel like trying to figure out why my stream was unstable. So I said, forget it. Let's keep it simple. Sacred cloth Venus used. Oh. The seer's memorandum warning left by the seer. The spike was used to suppress the Gaki. Do not remove it under any circumstances. Um, okay. So we're basically doing exactly what Sakia did earlier. I don't know. It's weird that they made such a big deal about this one Gaki. But I guess the people in the manor. Ooh, combination attack. I guess they weren't really well versed in the art of subduing little demons like this. A large blood-stained suit of armor is displayed here. Trails of blood are smeared all over the walls. What in the hell happened here? There are signs of a struggle here. Stuff is scattered everywhere. I see who that is. Who's it? So this is very off topic, but man, this is a weird connection to make. Actually, now that I think about it. Like, what got me thinking about this? But you guys know there was that recent school shooting at the Catholic Church, and it was a transgendered individual, and there were people making fun of him or her, whatever your gender beliefs are. There were people who were comparing him to Rocky Dennis. And if you don't know, there was a movie called Mask starring Eric Stoltz and Cher in the 80s, and it's about this teenager who's like severely deformed. Like, he had a really big head because he had some disease that made it so like his skull wouldn't stop growing. And it based in and it was growing so much that it put like great pressure on his brain and his spinal cord, so he would have like these severe headaches and stuff like that. But he died when he was like 16, and there was a whole movie made about it in the 80s. But they were comparing the shooter to him because he had a big head. But I saw that, and it reminded me of the movie. And so I went and I checked out the movie yesterday because I haven't seen it in years. It's one of those movies that would come on TV all the time. I'd be surprised if you guys never seen it. The flute makes beautiful sounds. La 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 la. But yeah, I'd be surprised if you guys haven't seen it before. But I got really interested in his story after being reminded of him, and I started like doing more digging and digging. And what's interesting about it, you can find various stories online of people who either like met him briefly or knew him. Did I already kill this guy? Oh, I see. Make sure I got everything here. But you can find stories online of people who bumped into him back in the 80s before he died. And what's crazy about it is when you look at the movie, like, yeah, they had the makeup on Eric Stoltz's face and head to make him have the appearance of having the disease. But I mean, he looks even more bizarre in real life. Like when you see there are only a handful of like real life photos of him, and when you see him, I mean, it's like he definitely looks more bizarre in real life. Like the movie couldn't even match it. What the hell? I guess I was running too much. But yeah, the movie couldn't even match it. And the thing about some of those stories that I read of people who bumped into him, there was one story in particular. Like this guy was like, and he wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything. Like we already know when you're dealing with somebody who has like serious deformities, like it can be kind of scary to even look at him because it's just so bizarre. But he said like the movie doesn't even begin to like portray how scary it was to see him for the first time. And the guy he described him as, you know, of course he has the big head, like the large head, the kind of like stretched out face, things like that. Like you gotta look it up to know what I'm talking about. Look up Rocky Dennis, but find like the real life one, not the movie one, or you can look at both and compare them. But of course the head, right? But he was like, what people don't get was that this guy was really tall. One, like he was tall, and he was super skinny. So just imagine this guy with a huge deformed head and like a weird stretched out face and tall as fuck and like really lanky and skinny and just walking around, running around and stuff. Like he said he was like so much scarier in real life. And not scary like he was a fucking serial killer or some shit. He was a normal teenager, but it just, you know, when you see him for the first time, it'll shock you. And you know what's interesting too though is like one of my friends that I grew up with, he actually has a facial deformity. Not as bad as Rocky Dennis, but he has like the side of his face is like really swollen, like out to about here. Like, and not trying to be funny, but have you ever seen like Ed and Eddie where they have like the jawbreakers, like the giant jawbreakers in their mouth? Like that's kind of the appearance that he had. And I remember when I first met him, I was in 6th grade, and when I first saw him, I was like, "Oh my God, who is that?" And you know, some people might think it sounds mean to say that, but I think that's the natural reaction that people have. Like you don't see somebody like that and just don't have a reaction or opinion. The worst thing you can do is to be outright mean about it. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Like we didn't do anything like that. But it's just the shock of seeing somebody with a deformity. Like I've dealt with that, but not to the extreme of a Rocky Dennis though. That's the thing about it. But the guy, he also said, oh, look at that motherfucker right there. Oh, okay. But he also said that once you were around him long enough, you got used to it. As shocking as it was initially, he said you would get used to it once you were around him long enough. And I related to that because, the guy I was just talking about, the guy I went to school with, it was kind of the same way where it's like when you first meet him, it's shocking to see his face. But when you get used to being around him, then you don't even think about it. And it's so funny because like when you get to know somebody like that has that kind of like severe deformity, there's that initial shock, but if you hang around them long enough, you don't even see it after a while. Like that's the crazy thing. Like you see them as a person, as opposed to what's wrong with their face or their body. Dochin's Writings, Volume 2, written by Dochin in his distinctive handwriting. In the garden, I saw two girls wearing red. One was rather pretty, but the other frightened me a bit. The pretty one was playing with the blood-stained cloths. Wow, why would a young girl have something like that? I know they must have found them somewhere. There couldn't be any other reason. I'm in rare form today. Wow. Whoa. I think this is the first Geki that we ran into that had clothes on. You kind of got to time it a little bit. Okay.
Banish demons and all evil spirits.
Stomp him out. He probably got something on him too. Nah. The good thing about a game like this, if you get lost, then you just kind of follow certain things like items you haven't found yet or enemies you haven't killed yet. That's a good way to try to figure out what you need to do next. I feel like I hear somebody too. I would be streaming this, but sometimes I just have issues with like the stability of the stream, and I'm so particular about my playthroughs. Like I want them to be not perfect, but I don't want like a lot of lag or jumping around and stuff like that. So a large crack has weakened the bar. It can be broken with something. It can be broken with something. I probably need like a little hammer or something like that. So we got one spike and two of the plates. Great. But yeah, I was really fascinated with the Rocky Dennis story, and obviously when you have biopics like that, they don't always give you the full story, or like they embellish, they leave out certain details and whatnot. They add things, take certain things away, and one of the things about Rocky Dennis was that because of his condition, his eyesight was pretty bad, and they don't really go into that in the movie. So that was another one of the challenges that he was dealing with that the movie didn't really cover. His eyesight, his hearing, things like that. But he was actually an exceptional student when he was in school, though. So he found ways to kind of deal with his problems. Sometimes when you have like setbacks like that, it forces you to kind of adapt, and it can make you stronger in certain ways. Let me see. Okay, I'm still blue. In fact, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Elephant Man story a little bit. But of course, Elephant Man was way worse. Lord, Elephant Man was, I don't know, like that, man, that's kind of hard to say though. Who had it worse, Rocky Dennis or Elephant Man? Because Rocky Dennis, he was able to, he dealt with a lot of the same struggles in terms of just having a very bizarre, deformed appearance. But his deformity was mostly isolated to his head and his face. But Elephant Man or Joseph Merrick, his deformities were like all over his body. I think in terms of just raw deformity, you gotta say Elephant Man was worse. Oh Lord. But the thing about Rocky, oh shit. Okay, I'm getting fucked up here. It's hard to. Oh shit. Come on, come on. This guy's tough. Okay. But I think the thing about Rocky, about his experience, that really sucked was that those headaches. Like he had really bad headaches, and they just got worse and worse as he got older. And he died younger too. I think Elephant Man died when he was like 26. And Rocky died when he was about 16. So Elephant Man outlived him by like about 10 years or so, I believe, if I got my dates right. And oddly enough, they both died in their sleep.
Banish demons and all evil spirits.
I guess the body just, it takes so much for the body to maintain itself, when it has these types of deformities. That it's just a matter of time before it just kind of gives up. That's kind of the sense that you get from their stories. But I think with Joseph, he died. I think he died of asphyxiation because of his deformities. He couldn't sleep comfortably laying down. Like he had to. Like you ever seen somebody like lay in the bed, but like they're leaning against like the back post of the bed. Like I think he had to sleep like that. Like he couldn't sleep laying down. He had to sleep like leaning against something. And I think when they found him dead, he was sleeping flat like a normal person would, and they believe that that's how he died, was that he had basically suffocated. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's the speculation, was that he died trying to sleep like a normal person. But it had something to do with like the weight of his head, so he couldn't sleep like a normal person. He had to be leaning up against something. And kind of a bleak thing to consider, I know, but when I read that, I thought, what if he did it knowing that he was gonna die? Like that's the thing, like, cause the general idea is that he was just trying to sleep like a normal person for once. But when I read it, I was like, what if he do? It was like uh, basically him trying to kill himself. Like I know this is gonna kill me, so I'm gonna just. I know that's dark and morbid, but I'm just saying that's what I was thinking when I read that. But with Rocky, I think his body just gave out. And another interesting thing about it is, they thought his life expectancy was going to be about 7 years old.
Red, Sen, On, Ring, Red,
I think this is like a more powerful version, right?
Sen,
Oh, yeah, you can tell that's more powerful. I'm just trying out different stuff. It's been a while.
Stubba,
Oh,
Hideo,
so it just appears right under him, but does it do damage or does it just trap him? Oh, we got him. Shit. Stump his ass out. Oh, he did. I thought. Fumon. Constellation map, plate inscribed with star names. Did I already do that puzzle? I think I already did it. I think I already did it. Okay, I try not to save too much.
banish demons and all evil.
When you have limited saves, you gotta. It ain't so much I'm worried about the number of vessels. It's more so timing. Because I'm gonna have to save when I want to end the episode. So that's like I gotta take that into consideration. So I started watching a few more horror movies recently. Yesterday, I went back and watched like half of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one that came out in 2022. And I swear, man, with that movie, they might as well just shit on Toby Hooper's grave, bro. Like they might as well just shit on this man's grave. Like it's certain things about that movie. Like of course there's the bus scene, right? But you know what really pisses me off about that movie is that they brought Sally Hardesty back just to kill her off. Now you know how in horror movies you can always retcon stuff, so it's not like in fact I think there's one movie where in the story it says that she had already died in a mental hospital. So you don't have to take stuff like that too seriously. But you know the reason why I hate that shit, bruh, is because Sally surviving that first movie, like that is one of the most iconic, like final girl survival endings ever. Because we all know that in most horror movies, if you have a cast of male and female survivors or victims, this if anybody survives, it's usually going to be one of the girls. That's just what it is. And of course, in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it happened to be Sally. And then to make a movie years later where, you bring her back 50 years after the events of the first movie and she gets killed by the same killer. I mean, that whole movie is really just stupid, bro. Because it takes place 50 years after the events of the first one. So Leatherface is a 70-year-old man. A 70-year-old retarded man at that. And like running around, I mean, dude, he beat up this one guy who was like this big country dude with a gun, beat his ass to death. That movie is unforgivable, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That's like, I don't see how somebody could think that was okay, bro. Like that, I don't even understand, bro. I can't even begin to understand how somebody can make that movie and be like, yeah, this will do. Yeah, this is it right here. I think I know what I gotta do too. I'm sorry I got distracted. Yeah, I think I gotta go back to that gate. If I can remember how to get back there. I got a little sidetracked. But I don't know. Like there's so many it's so much stupid shit in that movie, man. I mean, even the timeline by itself, like 70-year-old Leatherface, that's crazy.
Banish
That
demons
don't
and
even make no
all
damn
evil
sense.
spirits.
A 70-year-old Leatherface. Are you serious, dude? That's pure nonsense. I feel like the only reason why they made that movie was for that ending scene, bro, where that girl get her head chopped off after getting pulled out of the self-driving car, and then the other girl is like screaming while the self-driving car is driving her away, basically emulating the ending of the first movie. Like, I mean, out of all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, bro, like that one disgusts me the most, for real. Even the 2013 one doesn't upset me that as much as this one. I will say though, at the very least,
Sin. Bring.
how the hell did that second one miss, bro?
Hideo.
Get off me! I think it was Ice Shard did some good damage too. But it had some good moments. I will say that. When like after the car accident, oh hold up. Oh damn. Can I let her die? Those ice shards are good, man. Wait, where is she? Oh, there she is.
Are you all right?
Oh, yes, I think so. Thank you. I am Utsuki. I live in the shrine, not far from here.
I'm Suki.
My mouth tastes sweet.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for my father. He's the elder priest of the shrine. My sister and I came from the mountain, but I lost her.
It's not safe to be alone here. I wish I could help you find your sister, but... Here, take this. It will help you.
Huh? Wait, it looks similar to the one Father uses.
Your father is the priest, correct?
Here, take this. My father gave this to me. You may find it useful.
Thank you. Please, be careful.
I will. And thank you. Take care.
Okay. But it had some decent moments. In particular, the scene when the cop, well, the police truck crashes, and that the girl has survived, but she's stuck in the truck with the police officer, and then Leatherface kills the police officer, and she's playing dead, but also trying to get out because she sees that, of course, he's killing people. He killed the deputy and the police officer. I think the other guy might have been the sheriff and the deputy. And she sees him cut off the face of the deputy and make a mask out of it. So of course she's like, "What the fuck? I gotta get out of here." And just that whole scene, I ain't gonna lie, that scene was pretty good. That scene was pretty good, bro, because you didn't know whether or not Leatherface knew she was dead or thought she was dead. And she didn't know either, so she was trying to play dead while trying to get out the truck at the same time. And then when the sheriff had woke up, because he wasn't dead, he just got knocked out by the impact of the crash. And he had woke up, and then Leatherface came over, I think, with a fire extinguisher and beat him in the head. And I mean, that just terrified that girl. That was a good scene. And also the part when the one of the girls is hiding in a closet, and Leatherface and no, she's hiding in the closet of Leatherface's room, and so he goes in there. So just imagine you're hiding in Leatherface's fucking closet, and then he comes in there, and then he's like walking around and doing what he does in his room. And you just hope, I hope this motherfucker don't come in this damn closet. I hope he don't need to change shirts. And then that country guy comes in there, and then Leatherface starts fighting him. And it's like, by that point, the girl had moved to under the bed. And so when Leatherface knocks the country dude out onto the floor, like he had broke his leg and cut his throat, but the guy was still alive, and he saw the girl under the bed, but he knew he was about to die. So he pulled the keys out because he had took their keys, so they couldn't leave, and so he pulled the keys out and dropped it on the floor so she could get away, like get the keys and get away. But right as he did that, Leatherface just beat his head to a pulp with the sledgehammer. And she watched the whole thing while she was under the bed. Oh, that's one of my homies right there. He body. I'm gonna save those ice shards though. That's probably my favorite card right now. I'll use one more. 10 is a good number.
We can't get in from the front. Something is here. Take a look at this.
Air is drifting out from the shrine. Could there be an open space inside of it? So I think I need one more spike. Yeah, I got the 3 plates. I just need one more spike. Yeah. That voice actor is terrible, by the way. Let's get a quick save in, too. I don't want to get too cocky. Yeah, this game isn't too hard, but the girls are pretty fragile still. Now, of course, in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, the bus scene is the most infamous. So basically, Leatherface gets on a bus full of people and kills like 16 of them, like at once, just slaughters them, which is it's just ridiculous, dog. Like, I don't care who the fuck you are. If there's 16 people on a bus, you're not killing them with a chainsaw, dog. I don't care. Like, it could be Brock Lesnar with a chainsaw. He ain't killing 16 people with it. It ain't happening, bruh. Somebody gonna tackle you or take you out, or somebody gonna get away, bruh. It ain't no way. It was just too stupid.
They're all dead. Yes, they're all dead. Ayako is the last one living.
Isn't it,
But is she still really alive?
the sister of the other girl? Lady Fujiwara memorandum. I have placed the remaining wooden discs in the manor's small shrine and in the altar. Don't worry about the 2 spikes. I have entrusted them to Miss Ayako and to the seer who's here inspecting the manor. The 2 of us are going to hide in the garden. Oops, my bad. Ooh. Hien. I would die here, but I would not allow them to devour my flesh. Well, good for you, buddy. Shrine entrance guide. Okay. But yeah, he kills like 16 people on the bus. It's so stupid, dog. But the worst scene is when Sally finds Leatherface, right? And she points the shotgun at him. And she could just blow his head off right there because she got the drop on him. You know, like she caught Leatherface lacking. She doesn't shoot him. And guess what? He gets up and just walks away and doesn't do anything to her. It's like she's just aiming a shotgun at him and is talking to him, and he's like, well, whatever. I'm just walk past you because I don't give a fuck what you say. And then he kills her later. So it's like, it was just the stupidest damn scene, man. That scene was just so stupid. That was the worst part of that whole movie to me. And the fact that they killed Sally off, like, that's just, like, 50 years later, he got her. Gotta be honest, like, I don't like that, bro. Because her escape in the first movie is just too iconic to try to undo that, you know? It's like, I watched, I Know What You Did Last Summer over the weekend, the new one. And, you know, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr., they reprise their roles in this movie. Now, of course, they're much older. The original one came out in 1997, and the sequel came out in 1998, and this remake came out this year, this July. And the basic premise of it is that there's a new group of teenagers or young adults that basically covered up a accidental murder, and now they're being hunted down in the same way that Jennifer Love Hewitt's and Freddie Prinze Jr.'s characters were in the original movie. And so they seek them out to help them survive, basically. And I looked up, some of the facts about the movie. In particular, Jennifer Love Hewitt and her reluctance to, do this role, to play Julie again. Because she made a conscious decision not to do more horror movies after the second I Know What You Did Last Summer, because she didn't want to get stuck doing horror movies, and which is, I don't know, like, was that really a great decision? Because I get the logic, but was her career really that great after that? I know she did the Ghost Whisperer series, and I think that was like mildly successful, but I'm just saying because I don't know where her fucking IMDb looks like. So, but I get what I'm saying is I get the logic there. You don't want to get typecast as a scream queen, because they're just gonna put you in a bunch of bad horror movies after a certain point. But the point is, her other concern was that she's much older now, in her, I think, early 50s or something like that. So of course she doesn't look as beautiful and young as she did in the first movie. So she was worried about people like seeing her, older and things like that. And she got over it. She's like, fuck it. And to be honest, I probably would still hit that. I'd hit 50-year-old Jennifer Love Hewitt. But man, she was a boy. That was a pretty white woman in her prime. Oh my God, she was just so pretty, like the perfect brunette girl next door type, just perfect. And what the fuck was I talking about? I got distracted. But the point of the story though is that one of the conditions that she made with the director in order for her to play in this movie was that she said she would do it, but only if Julie doesn't die. And so they agreed. Oh shit, look at this guy. I feel like it was kind of a delay there. Oh, wrong menu. That's all I got? Shit. Damn, that was nice. That was a clean battle. But yeah, she said she would only do the movie on the condition that her Julie character wouldn't be killed off. And oh shit. And, I'm not a mind reader, so I don't know exactly why she felt strongly about that enough to make that a condition, but I would assume that she has a certain attachment to the Julie character. What's she looking at here? You know she's looking at that wall funny? But yeah, I feel like she probably has an attachment to that Julie character. And she probably understands the value of that character having, you know, survived. Even though, you know, the funny thing about the first two movies is that they both end on a question mark. Like, I think the first movie ended with like someone attacking Julie in the shower, and the second one ended with her being pulled under a bed. So it's like they end those movies kind of on a cliffhanger, showing that she might have been killed. Oh shit. Now, but obviously because she appears in this movie, she hasn't been killed. So just the fact that she's alive in the new movie shows that, you know, whatever those endings were in the second, or the ending of the second movie that kind of ended on a, again, it's sort of a, is she gonna be killed cliffhanger, confirmed that she wasn't killed. And like I said, I get the sense that Jennifer Love Hewitt, again, she understands the value of having your most iconic character survive, you know. And I don't think she liked the idea of Julie being killed after all these years. You know, I think she wanted her to at least be able to say, you know, she survived. I did not see that. Yeah, I think she wanted her to at least be able to say that, you know, the Julie character survived everything that she went through. And I bring that up because that's kind of how I feel about them killing off Sally Hardesty in the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or yeah, well, that's the newest one. It kind of gives me that same feeling. You know, it's like you have this special iconic character and you're just gonna go kill him off in a shitty movie at that. In a shitty movie. Like, to not even kill him off in a good movie, but a shitty one. I'm trying to make sure like I explored everything in here. I came in through this way, right? So that door must have been locked. Okay. And this was the one. Okay. Can I open it again? Or is it still open? Still open. Okay. Oh, I think this is the boss battle right here. Serious time. Um.
Banish demons and all evil spirits.
Okay. Yeah, I remember now. You get the bell to get the girl to come out of her room, and then you get the spike, and then we can do the thing and the thing and the thing. Oh, that that vibration on this controller was intense. Oh Lord. Yeah, I let him have it. He got fucked up. Hard to recognize, but it seems to be the lore of the manor Fujiwara. How could this have happened? How could he not have anything valuable on him? He's supposed to be a damn lord. Where the Rio at? The fuck was that? Dude, I could have sworn there was a giant gorilla in this game, but I know I ain't tripping, bro. It's a gorilla in this game. I ain't seen him yet. Lordy. That's fucking crazy. I've been using my wired controller recently because I noticed that there's less input lag. But I hate it because I hate having wires touching me when I game. Not a big deal, but it's a kind of a pet peeve. But yeah, I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer over the weekend. The new one. And it was okay. It was a fun little movie. It was a fun horror flick. I kind of wish I would have saw it in movie theaters. I think it would have been a good watch. It's long though. It's almost 2 hours. I think it's about a buck 50. Definitely not. It's not a great horror movie, but it's it's a good fun horror flick. I put it like that. I kind of wish I would have saw it in theaters. There was one character named Teddy. He was pretty. Oh, he was pretty funny. You know, he was like the the comedic relief jock character,
Banish demons and all evil spirits.
and you know, he has a scene where he gets attacked by the killer, and it's funny because he's actually fighting back, and it made me realize, and you'll see this every now and then. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's not like this never happens, but it's really satisfying when you see the would be victims fight back. You know, especially the male characters, because the male characters tend to get it the worst. Like we just get fucked up. Because usually when there's any fighting back, it's going to be the girl. Like the final surviving girl is going to be the one fighting back because she's the last one and she's going to, you know, if she's going to survive, then she's got to fight back. It's that sort of thing. And so you don't really see characters fighting back usually until like the end when it's like the last two or three or the last girl or something like that. But Teddy, you know, when he ran to the killer, he was fighting back. And I was like, we need to see more of that. You know, it's kind of like when you look at like look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a good example. A lot of times the male lead or like the male alpha of the group, like Kirk in the first one, Kemp in the remake. I guess you would say the black guy in the 2022 one. Like they just get murked. Like sledgehammer to the back of the head, murked. No chance to fight back. Like they just get done dirty, made an example of. But it is satisfying seeing, you know, the characters fight back, especially the male characters, because you would think they would have a chance. Win or lose, it's nice to see it, you know.
Shrouds the entire manor. What happened here?
I have no idea. But for some time now, I've been hearing a song at nightfall. And disease has spread through this place. The hungry, they roam the manor at night. Then, when I hear that song, I fear I'll be killed, or worse, abducted.
And thrown in the wicker basket. Yo, hey, get the fuck out of here. You let them just take that girl. Damn. Oh, that sucks. She better have more than some damn angel dust in here. I know that damn much. Okay. We got the last spike. I wish Josh was here. You know, Josh from Obscures. He always knows. His ability was that he always knows when there's items left in the area. Very subtle but useful ability. All right, I know exactly where I need to go. I mean, I know what it is, but how to get there is I might have to do a little trial and error. You guys know how I do. There was one character in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer that was terrible. He was like you know, Teddy was like the comedic relief jock character lead. Not the lead guy, but the comedic relief jock character. But the lead guy was this dude named Milo. She disappeared. And he, you know, he was like the ex-boyfriend of the main girl, basically. But he was a bad character, bro. Like, they didn't do anything for him in terms of like giving him personalities. Like when you compare him to Teddy, like Teddy was funny, and you know he had a cool scene where he faced off against the killer. You know, he had his moments. Milo was just terrible. I was like, yo, like, how do you make a character so flat? Like, I swear, Milo was like an AI generated white man. I swear, it's like they didn't even cast a human being. Like, they gotta like. Oh, wait a minute. Sakuya. Hey, let's link up. Oh man, the gangs. We got a nice little crew here.
I've decided to help this child find her sister. I'm going to explore the manor again.
You are?
She got a tattoo on her chest.
This is wonderful news, isn't it, Utsuki?
Yes.
Sakuya, if you're looking for Dochin, I think he is at the shrine.
I'll meet up with him there.
Very well. Utsuki, are you ready to go now?
Yes. Be careful.
I wish I had a buddy. There's your sister right there. Okay, where's the map? The shrine. Hey, this is over here? The spring? Oh, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, the Milo character, he was like just an AI generated white man. Like, man, we can't afford to hire another actor. We barely got Jennifer Love Hewitt here. We're gonna need the AI generate somebody. He was just so flat. Just had no personality whatsoever, bro. You know, one thing that I learned about the original movie. What the hell? Was that a lot of people liked what's her name? The girl that played Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the series. Is it Sarah Michelle Gellar? I think that's her name. But a lot of people loved her character, and they didn't like that she got killed off in that movie. And I think the director of this movie, they really wanted, Sarah Michelle Gellar to have a role, but she had already died. I can brute force this without even thinking about it. But they found a compromise in the movie. Damn. And so they had one of the girls have like a little dream sequence where they saw, the ghost of, Sarah Michelle Gellar's character from the first movie. Of course, they had de-aged her with technology. I know I could just look up the thing, right? But I want to see if I can just brute force it. There we go.
It opened. I wonder where this could lead to.
I don't know.
I wonder.
Yeah, I bet you do. Big ass head. Big damn acorn head ass boy. Alright. So I'm going to end the episode there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you on the next episode of Kuon. Johnny.